Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 4 of the V8 Vets Over 50s Championship. I'm one of your hosts, Bruce McLeod, and with me is the magnificent Ed Cullen. How are you, Ed? Welcome aboard. Choo choo. So this evening, where are we, Edward? So Barber International Raceway. I thought it was in some way related to the Skip Barber car. Turns out it's got nothing to do with it at all. So I was told. I have no idea. Where's Adrian Zippy Zeal when you need him? I can go drag him into chat and find out. No, I don't know. Or you can do a quick Google. So I think Barber Motorsports Park is located next to the car park outside Barber Motorsports Park. Yeah, some Lester Craig will probably be jumping on going, why don't you know where it is? Why don't you do your research? Because time. So a couple of interesting things have been going on in the last couple of weeks. So it's been a bit of a week off for those of you. Now, what I'm just going to quickly do is just refresh all the liveries, although some of these liveries may not be... Actually, no, I won't. What I was thinking is, let me get back to my point. The last couple of weeks, it's been Easter and Anzac Day in Australia, so it's why seeing some of the cars still running in Anzac livery from the Thursday night race at Donington Park. But tonight we find ourselves back for the over 50s in mid-Ohio on a Monday night. So this evening, it's a bit of a shorter one. Was it the same race length? It's the same race length, isn't it? It's 50, yep. So a little bit shorter. Yes. Alabama. I'm not going to try and do a voice that would just embarrass myself. Wait, I just did. As our practice session comes to an end, unsurprisingly, we've got Matt Vanderkraan on pole from Ray Smith. Interesting, Ray Smith, so representing Split 3. So we're going to head into quali, and just to mix it up, I am going to jump on board, if I can quickly find him with a shortcut key as I get my stream deck up and running with Mr. Ray Smith. So let's just go and jump on board with Ray as he does his outlet. And the Ray is a driver representing Infinity Motorsport in the Black Hearts Designs livery that you see on track. Ray's been having a cracker of a season so far. Definitely, I would say, outperforming his split, Ed. Interesting. All right, so what's going on? Okay, it looks like for some reason I might have lost my timing software, which I have. Thankfully, now is the right time to lose it. So I'm just going to quickly kick it in the guts as we watch Ray do his lap. Yeah, I wonder why that's going on. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I'll just quickly do one of these. Where's my task manager? Nope, not you. Got to find a piece of the... maybe I can see it. That's working. No, it's not. She's gone. Crash. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Nope. Just bear with me one moment and I will bring it back up. No, I don't want to update SimPro Manager right now. Oh, I do. Everything works until it doesn't, and then you lose an eye. What's interesting is even though the timing software is down, you can see the timing software is still on screen, which is always interesting. And we're back. No, we're not. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this again. Sorry about the black screen again. Interesting. No, I'm coming back alive again. Here we go. I was going to say, I really am not a fan of software that relies on the internet to run, but given that we're running iRacing, which is connected to the internet to run, I think it's sort of fair enough. All right, so we're just loading in. Apologies for that black screen. I'm just going to actually... And I'm just going to quickly go here, and I'm going to also crank up the sound. Alright. I'm just going to start our live timing again. Yeah, something a bit weird going on. Alright. And let's bring up our times. Let's have a look. So currently we have Matty Vanderkrant on pole and Michael Stewart in second. Alright, and just get rid of our pit stop notifications for the time being. And we'll have a look. So here's Michael Stewart. So Michael Stewart is currently comparing, yes, possibly. Yeah, it's a bit of a black art in supercars, how the tyre warming happens, which is quite interesting. Stopped. Okay, so essentially, for those that are watching and aren't new and familiar with the format, so we have 3 qualifying laps, which allows to do what Ed, you're about to say. What do you think he might have done? Yeah, so V8 Vets is it's V8 Vets. The V8 Supercar is a bit of an anomaly in iRacing in that its fastest laps are its first, whereas some of the other new tyre models are completely different. So it's looking at our times, and it looks like Matty Vanderkrant's is going faster again. And Michael Stewart's down by, oh, look at that, Ed. He's down by 9,000th in Sector 1. Compared to Matt's last lap. This is quite tricky, this part of the race. As Dean Flavell jumps up into P3 with the 25.7. Let's see how he lines up with Sector 2. So yes, the new fastest lap there for Matty Vanderkrant, 1:25.173. Let's see how Michael goes in Sector 2. Sector 2, 37.1. So that was a purple sector for Michael. Was it going to be enough, though? So his predicted lap is going to be 4 seconds slower than his out lap. So that's not really helping us. Comes across the line. For a 1:25.3. So that is not fast enough. So 1:25.1 for Matt Vanderkrant looks like it's going to be pole. Ray Smith, P2. So Ray Smith just chucked one in right at the drop. Let's just go and see who's still around on track, if anyone. It doesn't look like there is going to be anyone. Very close to it. Trying to see who's around. Red James is just coming into pit lane at the end of his run. A minute left to go. Dave Galley in the lane. Bob Baxter in the lane. Jeff Sanford doing some practice starts. That's on the way, Jeff. Jason Dunn coming across to finish his lap. Dean Flavell, this looks like he's doing one more. Well, Or not. Yeah, Jason is... Rob Baxter's in the lane. Dave Galley's in the lane. Just trying to see who's still out in their cars. This is Jeff Thomas. Yep. Sorry about that. My software is not doing what I want it to do. As Jeff comes in the lane, so that was a cool down lap for Jeff. So I think with 9 seconds left to run, Ed, I think we are where we are. So let's have a look. At our grid. Why do I have that? That's not it we want. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the practice. Let me just quickly hide that. No, because we quit, the data's been a bit played up. But this is what we wanted to see, I feel. So Matty Van... yeah, so we got Matty Van der Kraan on pole ahead of Michael Stewart with only 1.2 seconds between first and second on the front row of the grid. Moving to row number 2, we've got Ray Smith representing split 3 and Dean Flavell in P4. Matty Parker from Nova Sim Sports, he's in P5 alongside Stewie Hall, also from Nova Sim Sports in positions 5 and 6. Then you got Christian Smart alongside Andrew Hoffman. Hopefully Hoffy will have a better race tonight. Jeff Thomas and Stephen Kennedy rounding out the top 10 for JW Sim Sport and M1 Racing. Then we have Wade Reynolds sitting alongside Mark Houghton. Yep. Then we've got Lorne McKee sitting alongside Roy Clark for P13 and 14 on the grid. Next row we have Christopher Blanchard sitting alongside Rick Vega representing WKP Sim Sports and Angry Birds Racing. Then we have Reg James sitting alongside Adrian Zippy Zeal for Team AJR. Andrew Liston, the privateer, sitting alongside Brenton O'Brien for Evolution Racing. Scotty Weston sitting alongside Shadow Racing's Mark Dial in P22. Simon Farrington, whose livery is still not loading for this series, sitting alongside Richard Barella in P58. Dave Galley sitting alongside Peter Kelleher for Sim Racing for Ps 25 and 26. Jarrell Callahan sitting alongside Will Munro, P28. Craig Healy sitting alongside Robert Baxter in the Lamop Blue Duck Racing. Is that a spoiler? Jeff Sanford sitting alongside Joseph Granshaw. Then we have Peter Morris sitting alongside Andrew Johnstone, the team boss from OJR. Bruce Galloway sitting alongside Jason Dunn. And I think that's should be our grid as we have Scott Gamble alongside Derek Lovegrove. So Scott is our race control tonight, I think. And Scott McKenzie alongside Laurie, who's also in race control. John Van Ree alongside our safety car. So a couple of cars there not qualifying. And that, Ed, is our grid. Yeah, it's just the software hasn't picked it up. So... Alright, so we should be in for a good one as we go through just our warm-up with a minute left to go before we hit the grid. So what's your prediction for tonight, Ed? Yeah, that was a bit of a topic of discussion today around the guys in management choosing to restrict the number of tyre sets for the main vets race proper on Thursday. No restrictions tonight, though. I think we're... Look, I'm not necessarily going to go... I don't know why my cameras are just picking up the rear wings. I think... give me 1 second, actually. I'm just going to quickly load a different set of cameras just to get that out of the way. I'll just load the A cams as opposed to the B cams. Let's see how we get on. I think we're going to have another cracker that's going to be too close to call between Matty Vanderkran and the boys out the front. I think we're going to see Matty and Stewart call Team Flavel just go at it like we have seen all series. Yep. All right. So as we're going to, we're waiting for our cars to grid, and of course I can't see anyone on the grid because they don't do it. So instead, I'm going to go to a static. I'm going to go to static TV and focus on one of the cars. Yes, Ross Watson, you had better read the subregs before Thursday. Can't hear Ed. Speak, Ed. Ed, just go. Alright, I'll just crank the volumes off the dial across the board, and then you can all go deaf. Ah! No, that's it. Just deafening. Of course I can hear. Alright. So he can hear you now. I'm going to go deaf if I keep you that loud. So, alright. Oh, they're saying they can't hear you, Ed. Give me 1 second. I can quickly double check that. Hang on a second. And you are coming in on one of the channels. Let me quickly work out what it is. You're on chat, so I just need to quickly do that. Can you hear him now, Ross?
Yeah, well, testing 1, 2, 3, Ross. Can you hear me over?
Yeah, that was a great speech by me, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
You should be able to hear now, Ed. Right.
Well, we're waiting for Ross.
I'll check the hand card now.
Give us the thumbs up. Or you can check yourself on YouTube, Ed, by chatting to yourself.
Race control, this is the one tyre.
I've got that turned down.
That's fine.
One compulsory pit stop tonight, mate. In the subhead.
Yep. Loud and clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Gary.
So now I can just mute.
Loader unclear.
Loud and clear.
Oh, loud and clear.
Oh, great. So let me quickly turn that off because we don't need the... Oh, there's always something. We don't need the game overlay in Sim. So we can do that.
Okay, I'm viewing the guys from the back. So I've got my car. I've got John on the sights.
And I'm just going to go...
Look at that's a pretty sight. Look at that load of cars.
So long holds.
Yeah.
Green flag.
I know, we're off and racing.
Maybe it just feels long because we aren't sitting in the car.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Looks like the boys are getting away fairly clean.
Ooh, bit messy down the back. Peter Morris had a spin.
Matty Vanderkrant out in front over Michael Stewart, head of Ray Smith, Dean Flavelle, Matty Parker.
All looking good at the back here, apart from that turn one incident.
We'll go back and have a look at that in a moment.
Oh.
So we see Red James all over the back of teammate Chris Blanchard. As we are out in front, Michael Stewart is all over the back of Matty Vanderkrant. As they come across the start, they're... No, not quite yet. Yep, I'm on lap 2 now. Matty Vanderkrant from Ray Stewart. And I'm just going to put this across the top. Let's go and find, as they're getting underway, let's go back and have a look at the start. So here's our start. We've got Peter Morris down the inside, getting loose.
Yeah, he just collected the grass.
Jeff Stanford very lucky not to get tangled up in that one.
Doesn't look like anyone's been damaged or
No,
hurt.
and that was that. So back out the front. Kristen Smart all over the back of Jeff Thomas. This is the battle for P6 and 7. They come across the strike for lap 3. Matty Vanderkrant setting a new fastest lap. Is that tight enough for you, Ed?
Yeah. There's not much in it, is there? What are we talking? 0.6?
There's a cigarette packet.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to make the littlest mistake. Ray's holding on to it.
Oh, I heard some... I can hear some... off-trackage going on.
Yeah. Down at turn 5, there was a bit of smoke.
Andrew Hoffman having a good run. The P9. Let's go back up and have a look at this battle up front. So Jeff Thomas right in the thick, right in the back of it, with Matty Parker.
Is that top 6 I was alluding to earlier on?
Just looking at the back of Matty's car. As Matt Vanderkrant goes faster again with a 125.7.
I am not hanging about. Oh, my timing screen's just started up. What have we got? Jeff Thomas up 3 spots at the moment.
Going up on the roll heap of Kristen Smart. All over the back there of Jeff Thomas in front.
Roy Clark up 3. Rick Viger up 4. Scotty Weston up 4. Ooh. Daryl Callahan's up 7. So that's nice, up to 20th. Any other movers and groovers? Scott McKenzie up 7. Eric Locker up 5. John Rowe V. JBR up 5 spots. Ooh.
So, meanwhile down the back, there's battles everywhere. This is Adrian Zeal.
Who's he chasing?
He's chasing Andrew Listener and being chased by Daryl Callahan and Mark Dial. He's a bit further back.
Oh, Brenton O'Brien.
That one doesn't work, does it? That's
That safety car coming out at the moment, Bruce?
No.
You sure?
No.
Was he just parking it? Okay, he was driving down pit lane.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Jeff Stanford's had a moment. This is on lap 3. The old flick spin to get back up and running again.
Okay.
No harm, no foul. Car 43.
I think we've lost Brenton O'Brien.
Possibly. So you were talking, Ed, about the positions gainers and lost. This is what we've got. So we've got Daryl Callahan up 6, Jason Dunn, who's starting right down the back, up 6, Scott McKenzie also up 6, Jeff Thomas and Rick Vigo both up 4, then Roy Clark, Scott Weston and Derek Lovegrove all moving up the field.
Yes, it's some good games by guys. Matty's pushed his lead out to 1 second now, so...
Geez, there's nothing going on with this particular battle.
Just watching the 2 movers at the moment. Roy Clark and Rick Viger in 11th and 12th. It's pretty tight. Not much in it.
Outside of Matty Parker's car. Watching that train behind him. Meanwhile, though, out in front, our leader, Darcy Wyatt, thinks that's our leader, but this is the backpack we have out the front. So we've got Matty Vanderkrant, the 1.3 second leader from Michael Stewart.
Doesn't look like that on the track, does it?
No, it doesn't look like that at all.
Now, let me have a... Oh. Oh, yeah, there it does. Oh, no, that's Ray. Yeah, it's a 1.5 second.
Let's compare Dean
Yeah, it's
Flavel with
starting
Dean
to
Flavel.
look-
No, let's compare.
There's no doubt Matty's pushing his lead out.
Yeah.
Ray's still there in third spot. What was their last laps? Okay, so Matt Vandergraan's last lap was a 26.357 compared to Michael Stewart's 26.722. So Mr. Stewart's had an issue on that.
Yep.
They've just updated again. .140.
It's really helpful.
140. Bruce Galloway. Just got to drive through by the sounds.
Yeah. So let's go. So Michael Stewart is slowly pulling away from
Oh,
Ray
right.
Smith. And,
yeah, about a second there.
and Matty Vanderkraan is pulling away from Michael Stewart.
And interesting, Ray's got a bit of a gap over Dean Vavell in for spot two. That's about a 2.5 second.
So this is, for some reason,
The top three are just racing away at the moment.
yeah, they are. So let's go back and have a look in the pack and see what we've got going on, because we've got battles going everywhere. So this is Craig Healy, who's behind Mark Dial, and Rob Baxter behind him. Is battling for 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Watching 28, 29, 30 and 31, and they are very close.
Is this the battle that you were talking about?
Jason Dunn and the boys.
Yeah, this is just a bit nuts, really.
Oh, they're having the ball out there. Look at that. Side by side for the last two corners. Nice driving, boys. Nice driving. Look at that. Who said we can't swing the gate? Oh, it's grass. Hang on to it, brother.
Let's just go back. Oh, let's just watch this continue, actually. I was going to say let's go back. We can watch this continue.
Oh! I don't know what happened to Jason, but he just couldn't get the traction coming out.
I think Peter Keller is going to have a look.
Oh. Good driving by Scott McKenzie there. Especially coming over turn 4, hitting the grass on the exit, and then managing to get it to go into turn 5 and pick up a spot on the exit.
Yeah. Switch on board with Peter Kelleher, who's sitting in behind Joseph Grandshot. So this is the battle for 32 and 33. That's Peter going to have a look. He's definitely thinking about it. Oh, Joseph goes off. And what we also couldn't see from that shot was...
Yeah, someone creeping up the inside. Who's that?
That is...
Derek Lovegrove.
I was going to say, it's not Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson is the car in behind. So Derek Lovegrove getting the pass done on Peter Kelleher. It's just a grand shot. At the back of Peter, which I don't need to see.
Post-race penalty for 006.
Yep.
Okay, let's have a look at our movers and groovers, Bruce.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. So let's have a look at our Excuse me. Positions gained. So Scott McKenzie's now up 8. Daryl Callahan's up 7. Jason Dunn is continuing his charge. Up 5 spots. And Scotty Weston. This doesn't show positions lost though, Ed. Here's our gaps we have up in the field. So Michael Stewart now out to almost a 3-second lead. Let's go back and find out some of the other battles on track. So this is Zippy Zeal.
Wonder if we can cross to the zip for a...
Oh, he wasn't happy last time we did it.
He sounded awfully nervous.
No, he definitely did.
Yeah. Is he in traffic?
Yeah, he's putting the battle on.
All right.
So I think we might leave him. Let me have a quick look. Let's see. You can tell I've been playing with my field of view. Well, the in-car shots are all well and truly broken.
This one's looking outside the front bumper.
Yep, this is inside the splitter.
Why is YouTube stop?
Whoa!
Have you got an opportunity to check YouTube, Chris?
I do, but I want to have a look at this first. I want to go back and have a look and see what happened. I think YouTube's going to be okay. Give me 1 second.
I just want you to double check. Oh no, it's caught up. Mine had just slowed down.
So what we just missed then was...
Go with, please.
Let's just go to a decent shot. And...
Oh, there we go. Bit of grass. And, oh, nice recovery. Is that turn 5?
yeah, so that was Rob Baxter going off. What I wanted to see, though, was the last... Let me go back for... See what happened to Zippy. Because we were out hanging out the front of his car when something went down.
Oh.
It might just have been that Rob Baxter rejoining. So just going back 30 seconds. So we just have a look. No. There's nothing there. It must just have been Mr. Baxter rejoining.
Right, what lap are we on, Bruce?
We're currently on lap 13 of 40, so we're almost...
Yeah, about 3 laps, 3 to 4 laps away from our first lots of pit stops.
Yep. So this is Lorne McKee all over the back of Wade Reynolds. So this is the battle for P13 and 14.
That's split 2 versus split 3.
Yeah.
It's a great run by Wade.
Yep. So Lorne has been tracking him down. Over the last few laps. We have another cracking battle. And this is the battle for P5, 6 and 7 and 8.
Yeah, that's the one I'm watching at the moment.
So that's Dean Flavelle, Jeff Thomas, Matty Parker, Christian Thomas, Stewie Hall.
Man, that's tight. Considering their tyres... Whoop, someone's gone wide. Didn't have the momentum. I'll tell you what.
It's all going here. That's for sure.
Jeff Thomas is applying plenty of pressure.
Oh, was that a little touch? A bit of a love
Yeah, I
tap.
reckon it was.
There's another one there.
Yeah, little helping hand, that one.
That's the thing about these cars, Ed. They are just so hard to pass in.
But they're also, you can give each other a little tap. Oh, there's another one. A little tap, you know, went, oh, there's a lock brake.
So let me just have a look and see. Just want to check as Peter Keller and Andrew Johnston are in the pits.
Oh, we got our first pitters.
Yeah, I just want to see if... Yeah, they are. So these are the first guys to jump in the lane.
I've also got Bruce Galloway down as 2 pit stops.
Speaking of in the lane,
Peter Morris has got 2 pit stops.
Matty Parker's in. Dean Flavel's in. Peter Kelleher's in. So the boys are all coming in now.
Yep, they're all flooding in. Wade Reynolds in. Ooh, okay, this is the interesting bit.
So Ray Smith staying out in P3. Matty Vanderkrant staying out in P1.
I've got that lead at 3.3 now. 5 over Ray. And there's another 5 seconds back to Jeff Thomas in 4th.
So let's not put that there, Bruce, you silly person.
Yeah, funny place to put a track now.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? What I was actually looking for...
What lap are we on? Lap 16, yeah. I think you could go 17 just. But some of these guys like Matty are just masters at conserving fuel.
Yeah, they are.
Well, he's coming around now. Surely he's going to pit now. Going in, going in. Oh, yes, he's in. I know, that's Jeff's in.
Oh, Matt's staying out again for another one.
Oh, you're eating. But Michael Stewart's in, Ray Smith's in, Jeff Thomas in, Christian Sparks in. Oop, Rick's doing what Rick usually does too.
Yeah.
This happened last race, remember? Rick and Matty stayed out, teammates. They're on the same... Been to the school of Hoffy, have they, these two?
Who knows?
All right.
So Rick Vigar now takes over P2.
Simon Farrington stayed out as well.
Andrew Lister. Faz loves a good stay out as long as possible strategy, even when the safety car comes out. So we have this massive battle going on now in pit lane.
All right, let's look at some of these pit top.
I was wondering why everyone was so close together. Turns out they're all sitting in pit lanes. Let's see where they'll rejoin.
So we've got 7 cars that haven't pitted so far.
That's correct. Let me just put that up on the timing tower.
And you've got it. I don't know how they managed to get the fuel to go so far.
So there's your different pit stop times. So Michael Stewart and Ray Smith, so about 31 seconds looking to be the sort of standard. A bit of a short fill from Jeff Thomas. And
Yeah, Jeff took 29.3. Christian Smart took 28.7. Whew. There you go, Hoffy at 28.9.
yep. So Matty Vanderkrant's finding the lane. So let's jump on and see where, as is.
Let's see how much fuel his stop takes.
So is anyone staying out? No, they're all in now. So Farrington's in. So Andrew Listener, actually, would tell a lie. Where is he on track?
Oh no, Andrew. Surely not.
Becomes our new leader. So unless
Okay,
my
Matty
data is
stopped us.
wrong, Matt's been doing he's basically gone one stop longer than everyone else.
29.7 for Matt. Oh, where is he with Andrew Lister? Is he going to run out of fuel?
I don't know.
He's done well if he can get 18 laps out. He's up 18 spots.
Yeah. So the stops continue. And he's in the lane, so he hands over that lead. So looking at the lap times, they're doing 28s, mid-28s. So that's sort of definitely some major fuel saving going on there. So here comes Matty Vanderkrant to take over the lead and resume out front. Let's go down the field and have a look. So this is Craig Healy battling Scott McKenzie, Dave Galley and Richard Barella. There you go, Ed. 18 laps on a tank is possible.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Maybe it might not be recommended, but it's possible.
He's only, well, I'm just having a look at his stop. 20, looks like it's going to be, he's just leaving the pit lane now. So it's only taken 27.3 to fill. And he's come out in 17 spots, so he's only up 2. So unfortunately, for Andrew, all that hard work, he's gained 1 spot. He's just got taken away.
Okay, so Michael Stewart is 4.3 seconds behind Matty Vanderkrant. Ray Smith in P3 for 2.8. If Ray Smith is auditioning, if the job is to audition to jump up to split 1, I think he's definitely doing it.
He's got a handy little, what's that? Just over 2-second lead to Jeff Thomas.
Yep. But meanwhile, this battle just continues. So we're on board with Craig Healy, hanging out the back. And
Let's have a look. Okay, so Jeff Thomas is up 5. Rick Viger 5. Scotty Weston 6. Darryl Callahan's done well, 8 to 19. Will Munro's up 6 spots to be in 22. Scott McKenzie up 14 to be in 25. Jason Dunn, who doesn't get a lot of practice in, is up 8 to 28.
John Van Ree still running the dazzle back in 36. Jeff Stanford battling with Andrew Johnston. Let's see how these guys are.
Peter Morris back in the pits again
Going.
for his pit stop, unfortunately. We've only lost the 1 car so far, which is Brenton O'Brien.
So AJ has definitely been faster than these two, but can he get away? That's the question. Oh, Jeff sends up the inside. Andrew gets a good run. So while they're battling, we'll jump back on board with this This battle, this is Richard Barella versus Scott McKenzie. So nothing in it. Those lap times.
Look at that. That's a big bunch of cars.
And guess who they're behind? This is looking out the back of Mark Dial.
Yeah. He's getting hurt. He's getting attacked. How's Mark gone so far? Oh, he's just down one spot from where he started.
Let's go Scott McKenzie. Pulling 7 seconds out of Mark on lap 18.
7 seconds.
Do we need to start calling Mark the conductor, looking at that train behind him?
0.700, not 7 seconds, Bruce.
No.
Ooh.
Lap 18 plus 7.8 plus 7.5. So that'll be the pit stop lap, I'm guessing. Let's go on board with Scott and watch this.
Just having a little look around the outside.
That's not the camera I wanted. This is the camera that I wanted. I was close.
Yeah, Richard's amongst them. Is that Craig Healy's in there? David Galley. Gee, Dave's having a good run tonight. His best race laps are 26.8.
As Mark drops 2 wheels off.
Some good camera angles here, Bruce.
Scott is all over the back.
Oh, is he going to have a look up the inside?
Meanwhile,
yeah, he's having a lunch.
looks like Mark's lost 1.
He's not letting them get it easy, that's for sure.
No, he's making them all earn it.
Yeah, the Godfather.
Lap 22, so 18 laps left to run. He's going to have his hands full holding them back. Scott McKenzie appears to have escaped. Richard Barella's the next one lining up. Meanwhile, just keeping an eye up the front. Michael Stewart is 4.3 seconds behind Matt Van der Kreen in P1. Ray Smith another 3 seconds back. So this is definitely where to have a look where the battle is.
Yeah, Jeff's getting onto the back of Ray now by the looks.
This is Rick Vigar all over the back of Roy Clark. This is the battle for P10 and 11.
Keep an eye on that battle of Jeff Thomas and Ray Smith.
But this battle here is where we have to be.
Yeah.
So as we work our way up the train, this is Derek Lovegrove and Jason Dunn. I'm going to bring up the last lap times for these boys as well.
They're having a great old battle.
And that just shows you the passing in the modern supercar, Ed. It's really a case of you've got to try and force that mistake for the car in front.
Yeah. And a lot of these are old season heads that don't make too many mistakes.
Or make them wear their tyres out.
True.
So this is Matty Parker looking out the back towards Dave Galley, who's a little bit further back. This is Craig Healy, Richard Barella, and out the front of Matty's car. That camera doesn't work.
No, I turned mine off, that one. When you go to a single
Screen, exactly.
So Roy and Rick Varga still in 10th and 11, up 4 and 5, so they're some good work there. Interesting, I saw Ray's quickest lap was a 25.991. Jeff Thomas's quickest lap was a 26.051, so it goes to show you They are very close.
So nothing in it. So let's just make our chopper pilot earn his money. Let's see how close these lines are.
The gaps are similar, aren't they?
Interesting feature of this track, Ed, where you see it folds back on itself.
Yeah.
And you can really see that rubbing in the line. The iRacing dynamic track, and it's at work.
Yeah.
Up over the little crest. Just the rear end get light, you get a bit wobbly.
Oh, there's someone's thrown up the inside of Mark.
Let's have a look. Mark goes deep.
Just...
Mark's not the first car to go out there. Unfortunately, there's no grip out there, and those boys get through. Now, Matty Parker is having a look all over.
Geez, they closed up quickly, didn't they?
They did. Oh, a bit of flashy flash. Is that a bit of I'm split one, let me through? In the famous words of Gandalf, none shall pass.
Meanwhile, Matty's still holding on to that 4-second lead.
Yeah.
And Ray still in third, and Jeff still in fourth, and Christian Smart up 2 spots to be in the top 5.
So this is definitely the battle of the race, but I'm going to jump up because we have another battle. This is Zippy Zeal all over the back of Simon Farrington. Although why it's showing me out the back, I have no idea. That's okay. We can go one car forward and look out the back at that. Yeah, this camera pack loves that rear camera for some reason.
Yeah, Simon coming off a great result last Thursday.
Yep.
Top 10 in split 3. Well, that's close.
Yeah, Matty Parker look at the back of the heel. Matty Parker looking all over the back of Craig Healy still. And he might be out of the frying pan, but Mark Dial is most definitely not out of the fire. Dave Galley now lining him up to have a crack.
He recovered quite well from that.
He did.
Little off
just as Jason done. As Matty Parker got the move done, I think. On Craig Healy. So let's just quickly go back, Ed, and have a look at that move. Here we go. So Matty goes round the outside into the S's.
And it's a whistle.
Yeah. So great move there. Showing that go down. And Mark Dial opening up a little bit of a gap on Dave Galley. Let's have a quick look at the lap times.
Yeah, well, Dave's been pretty quick tonight.
Ahead of behind. So there's that off that cost Mark. You can see it cost him about 1.7 seconds relative to Dave.
Yeah.
And then if we go back one more, you can see that Dave is losing ground to Jason Dunn as well. So this pack and out front, let's have a look. Yeah, Matty Parker's definitely starting to walk away from Craig Healy now.
Yeah. Like I said, Dave, his fastest lap for the race is a 26.862 compared to Mark's 27.54. So we know Dave's got some pace here.
Yep. So speaking of pace, Zippy's got the pace on Faz at this particular juncture. Nothing in it though.
No. Oh, Faz will put up a good fight.
Yeah. And meanwhile, out in front, it's still that 4.5 second lead between Michael Stewart and Matty Vanderkrant. So it turns out we were wrong, Ed, with our prediction of where the tight battle would be. Looks like it's everywhere but the lead.
No, but this is what we said, the top 3. And then, remember I said you could
Here we go. Oh, bit of a love kiss there from Zippy on Faz.
I'm getting impatient. He hasn't given him much.
Nope.
Yeah, but it looks like Zippy's wanting to get a hurry up at the moment. What's their best lap time's been like? Zippy's done a 26.629. Simon's done a 27.39. So last lap, Simon did a 28.227. Zippy did a 27.994. So
Ed,
definitely the...
as we jump on, there's definitely nothing in it. So as we jump on board with Zippy, do you want to talk us around a lap for the next lap? Here he goes. He's having a little think about it.
Yeah. Oh, tell you, Simon's a very tough competitor, mate. You're going to have to earn it.
So where are you thinking about this pass?
Oh, it's going to... Maybe down... where are we at the moment? Okay, we're doing a lap.
Yep, do a lap. Go for it, Ed.
Yep, six gear, brake at the third, down to fourth, just brake early, back on the power, full stint, back and forth, down to third, just let the car coast around, you're looking for that inside curb, back on the power, up to fourth, fifth on the crest, just feather it over the top. Some of the quicker guys are getting up to 6 speed, there goes Zippy, then, there he is.
There's our move.
Can he pull it up?
Oh.
Yeah, he's pulled it off. Straighten it up, get that traction working. Can we get a different car angle?
I was going to say, I'm just going to cut you off. Let's watch that move from the outside. Zippy goes in as a slight lock.
A little touch there by Simon.
I think he was definitely there.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anyone's going to complain about that one.
No. And I think we'll call that. We'll call that.
Fourth.
Here we go. Back on the board.
Oh, no, this is turn one again.
No, it's not. This is going down the back end. So it's the
okay, we're up here. Yeah, you want to get on early on the power in fourth. Power it down left to get the car to turn. Back hard on the fourth. Then heavy braking third. And you've got to get the corner around here. Back
look at that understeer. Look at the amount of wheel he's using there.
Yeah, then you want to get the apex here and hard on the accelerator. Bang, get it going. Up to fifth. Up to sixth.
Pop the wiper on and clean your windscreen.
Yeah, and there's the lap of Barber. Very crucial down here, fourth. So you're back on the power and then just coasting around that turn one.
Meanwhile, back in Battleland.
How's Mark going?
So Mark's hanging onto the back of Craig, putting the pressure on.
He's looking for a way around.
And they've both up in the gap, so there's now 1.3 second gap back to Jason Dunn.
We're nearly lap 30, so we're going to have a look at tyre deg now. It's going to be interesting to see the guys that have looked after their tyres.
Well, what I can do, Ed, is let's just bring up the stint length.
Well, I don't think there's much in the pit stops.
No, I'm just going to think what I can do is I can bring up the... and we bring up the... on the timing tower. I'll just bring it back up. And what I've got here is the last lap they stopped on and the lap times. And they're all looking pretty consistent. Like, I'm not...
Yeah, Christian Smart's making a bit of a move. Look at that.
So there you go. So if anyone wondering what your race pace, target race pace should be, 27s. Low 27s consistently is the race pace you should be aiming for.
Yeah, pretty much all, except a couple there. Derek Love goes, Roy at 28, but that could have been anything. And John Ray V, 30, Reg, Lista. Yeah, so pretty much all in the 27s. Look at that. Except for a couple of those quick boys. Look at Christian Smart and Stewie Hall.
So this is Rob Baxter chasing down Joseph Granshaw. This is the battle for P32 and P30. Heading back, John Van Ree is all over the back of Andrew Johnstone. So if we look at this particular battle, there we go.
Took a large chunk out of him, lap 27.
Yeah, I think that's AJ pulling away. Actually, there's nothing in it. There's like 8/10, and they're both deciding to take the rallycross route, pushing super hard. Meanwhile, jumping out the front, this is Reg James and Scotty Weston. 2/10 gap between these two, or 3/10 now between these gentlemen.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Hey, what's happening up the top? Oh, it's stretched out to a 5-second lead now. Ray's gone to an 8. He's got about a half a second lead over Jeff Thomas still.
Yep.
I'm just watching that one live.
So those guys are now making a low out of me. They're now doing high 26s as opposed to 27s.
Yeah, well, Jeff Thomas just did a 26. Christian Smart's last one. Stewie Hall's put a couple of 26s in.
So our fastest lap so far is a 25.7 from Matty Vandergren.
Yeah. That's a big difference from his qualifying lap at a 25.1.
Yeah. So apart from that, Ed, this race has been very clean. There's really...
And nothing out of the ordinary. Even Hoffy there in 9th spot. Tuggling quite nicely. Roy and Rick still together after in 10th and 11th. Been there the whole race. Wade Reynolds just holding on to 12th. Laura McKee hasn't actually moved up or down. Only a real big move is Jeff Thomas up to 5th spot, and I thought he didn't qualify as well as he should have done.
Yeah.
And Scotty Weston's moved up to 6th to be in 15th spot. Daryl Callahan's moved 8th to be in 19th, but really not much.
So here we go. Reg is going for the move down the inside, lock on the inside front. They both lock up.
Bummer. And that's the problem when you try to have a crack.
Yep, had a crack and lose 2.
Yeah. Have a look at these incidents.
It's not over though. It's Mark Houghton wants to keep that position. Reg manages to get it back.
I've got 3 guys in the teens. John Van Rees on 15. X's.
So they're using all the X's that are available by the sound of that.
There's not many. Peter Callis on 13. Scotty McKenzie on 13. And apart from that,
Whoa,
everyone.
hang on a second. There's something going on back here. I'm just going to quickly jump back and have a look at that. So this is a replay of
Oh, Mark.
Craig Healy having a bit of a moment.
Yeah. Was that Craig getting
I think so. Let's just,
on that?
let's have a look. So they're coming in, all 3 of them.
On
Does he get a tap? Does he do it all by himself? Hits the curb. Just runs a bit.
He just got too much coming out of the flip-flops and
Yep.
got it sideways, bounced across the track, and Mark doesn't need invitation. He was in low for him.
Yep. So we've had a change of position. This is Scott McKenzie and Will Munro battling it out.
Oh, someone's overtaken. Oh, we've had 2 overtakes on this one lap.
Yep.
Well, we've got 6 to go, so yeah, this will be interesting to see who's going to bank or trust their tyres. And as we saw, was it Reg tried, and it just wouldn't stick for him.
Yep, so there's 2 battles. There's this battle here.
Scotty McKenzie.
And this one back here. This Craig Healy Lovegrove Dunn battle continues. And as well we have Kristen Smart, Jeff Thomas and Ray Smith. So this is the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, it hasn't separated. Look at that, Matty. Just maintain that 5 second. You know, he picked 2.5 seconds up in the pit stop by staying out that extra
Yep.
But, you know, this is a very, it might look like a simple race, but it's a very technical track. And with, you know, 15 odd corners, easily can run the car off of one of those corners. So it's these boys have made it look simple, but it is not a simple racetrack.
Not at all. So this is Andrew Listener under pressure from Darryl Callahan, and I hear another car going off ahead.
Yeah, that was Andrew by looks. Was that Andrew or Zippy?
That was Zippy Zeal. Let's go and have a look.
I think he ran.
Hang on.
Just ran.
Oh, it's the team boss letting him past. That's what it is.
I thought I saw him go off on the grass.
No, you had Zippy and then you had AJ behind him.
What was Zippy doing behind AJ?
No, AJ's being lapped.
Oh, okay.
So meanwhile, back up front, this is Kristen Smart and Ray Smith battling for P4. Jeff Thomas has managed to open up that gap.
Actually, Ray's dropped down to fourth spot.
Yeah.
We missed that one. Ooh. Ooh. Can we see that one, Bruce?
Which one?
Ray losing third.
I'm just having a look and see.
Looking at previous laps. Oh, yeah. The 28.39 for Ray.
Yeah. Can't see, unfortunately.
Oh, what a bummer.
Although what
Looks
I can
like Ray.
see is this. This is Craig Healy.
Oh, that was unusual.
Don't know what's happened there.
His backs have just given way.
Let's go back and have a look just quickly from
His
the
backs have
chopper.
just given way. Coming up over that. Was it turn 4? You have a look.
Yep,
The backs are
yep.
just giving away.
It's had a bit of a tank slapper, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
he's run into the wall.
It's quite a shame. With what have we got? 4 laps to go.
Yep. That's a bit of bad luck for Craig.
It was in the thick of things
It
tonight.
was. Speaking of being in the thick of things, Reb James is all over the back of Scott Weston. Man, there's action everywhere, but there's action nowhere, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, Christian Smart's putting quite a bit of pressure on the Ray Smith at the moment.
No safety car, Ross. With only 4 laps to go, they generally won't send it.
Yeah, no.
And if I have a look at...
Have a look at Christian Smart and Ray Smith.
Yep. Jump back up there.
Because Christian's been very quick. As I say. So I don't know how Ray's tyres are going, but he had a really ordinary lap. What about last lap? Ray's last lap was a 27.32 and Christian's was a 27.046. So Ray's really going to hang on. Flip One boys are going, yeah, you want to come and race with us, do you?
Yep. Yeah, you say you want to come, but can you handle the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, out wide. They're both out wide in all the marbles.
Oh, well, you can afford off tracks. Christian's only got 5 up
To a
against
point.
his name, so yeah, no, he's only got 5, so that's what they're there for. I've been told that if you finish with very little, you're not trying hard enough.
I think it's fine once you get a 0 that it's you got to start pushing.
It's going to be interesting. That could have worked out a bit better for Christian.
Speaking of, what camera is that? Hang on a second.
That's I'm half in the roof, half out the roof one.
What
is that
is,
going?
hang on a second.
Callahan going past someone.
What is going on?
That looks like Rob Baxter's car.
I'm just going to quickly just jump back and have a look at that move again. No, we missed it.
Yeah, okay, so hang on, Ray.
Back live.
Dewey Hall's catching up. On two. Mark Horton's putting a bit of pressure on the Scotty Western there, 16 and 15. Reg is in there as well. Jeez, it's pretty close all the way down.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Oh, it's good to see JVR hasn't gone past his 15. Oh, but Peter Keller's up to 15.
Yeah, Pete's already had a drive-through.
Has he?
Yep.
On 15?
Well, he's had a drive-through for something.
I did notice Scotty McKenzie's on 18. I think that's a drive-through at some stage. We'll want to do that before the end of the race. But meanwhile, up at the front, Matty's still got that 5-second gap over Michael Stewart.
He does.
It's like a piece of steel separating those two.
It's the battle for P4.
And Jeff Thomas, who I predicted earlier, is just, kept going really well. Up 6 spots. Ray's hanging on for a dear life. Stewie Hall's just Denver Vale. Well, a big gap between Stewie and Dean. Wow. It's like a 10-second gap between 6 and 7.
Mark Housen applying the blowtorch to Scotty. Zippy Zeal all over the back of Andrew Listener as well.
Rick Viger's pulled a 4-second gap over Roy, but they're just rock solid in 10th and 11th.
Matty Parker's cracking in. Here's another pack again. So Mark Dial's been just fighting all night.
Yeah, Jason's there. Oh, he's having a look up the inside. Oh, well done, Jason. That was a nice move.
Mark won't think so.
No, but, it was there.
Meanwhile, our leader goes out front. I'll just come back to that action. It's final lap. I'll come back to this action because this is where it is. If I can get a decent camera, that'll help. Will Munro and Scott McKenzie trading blows.
Oh, someone's gone, taking the inside rod. Not over yet. Oh, nice driving, guys. Oh, look at bloody Danny go. Oh, nice move. Oh, Mark's not finished with yet either.
So Matty Vanderkran's out of that 5-second lap, so we're going to stay with this battle.
Yeah. So what are we on, that 40? Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Christian's
oh,
got
there's a
past
touch.
Jason.
There's a love tap coming into the final corner.
Christian's got past.
Sorry, not the final corner. On the back straight. Yep, there we are. That's our checker.
Oh.
The battles continue.
There you go. Oh, poor old Ray. There you go. He just lost those 2 spots. There's a few to 10 to go. Did someone run out of petrol there? Who's that creeping up the straight?
That
Bruce?
is...
Oh, no. He lost about 4 spots.
Dean Flavelle, unfortunately.
Oh, Dino.
Lauren McKee. Next across, we have Chris...
That looks like
Peter Keller. Yeah.
Jeff, maybe?
Oh, there's cars are a lap down. That's why I can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reg James.
Oh, Dean, I think, lost 7 spots.
Jared Callahan. Andrew Listener. Matty Parker. Zippy Zeal. Faz.
Well, a few of them enjoyed themselves tonight.
They definitely did.
Those little packs down in the 20 and 30s, boy. But Peter Perfect, Matty Van der Gram,
Oh no.
did not put a wheel wrong.
Who's run out of fuel? Is that Craig Healy?
Oh no, he's not going to make it.
No, it's Will Munro.
Oh, Will. Got Joseph Granshaw coming up behind him. Oh, this is finished. Oh no, he's still going.
So that battle must have gone for another lap. So we should go back and watch that last lap. If I just find Will Munro.
Too much pressure.
And
So Rick up 7,
what have
Roy
I
up
done?
4.
No, what have I done? I've done something. This is the painful repetition that Mark had to put up last week.
I didn't see what happened to Matty Parker. Bruce.
Matty Parker.
Yeah, he was down 15.
Let's have a look and see what I've got.
Well done, guys. Very good racing.
There's a whole heap going on. So let's get back and have a look at what's been going on. So this is that last lap.
Right, there's someone running. Oh, that'd be Dan Gravel running out of fuel.
Yeah, so let's go back. Okay, so this is the white flag lap. Let's go back and have a look.
There's Danny going past Mark. We saw that one.
Where have I gone? Too far.
Dave Kelly. There's Mark trying to have another crack at.
There it is. I'm trying to get the right car. And iRacing's not behaving. Here we go. And let's go to Chopper.
That's Will and Scotty. Whoa, through the foot flaps. Oh, good racing. Scotty pulled out. Oh. And Will would have been looking at his fuel numbers at this stage.
Yep, so Will would be fuel saving.
There goes Danny. There's Mark right behind him. Oh no, Mark's pulled out.
Oh my god, iRacing. Come on.
Well, there goes Mark having a look.
You've got one job.
Come on, Mark. Oh, the little tap there by Mark.
Yep.
Oh no, so is this
So this is where we jumped out. That's the white flag. So that's lap 39. So this is lap 40. So this is what we missed.
Oh, Mark's on the grass.
So Mark had a moment. And then
going,
Richard Barella.
Just look at his lips. Oh, nice move, Mark.
Mark goes tight. Will goes around the outside.
Yeah, it was close.
So this is a drag race. Oh, Markins has a wobble. No tyres. Trying to put the power down.
Meanwhile,
Gives Richard Barella he's going to go for a crack around the outside as Will runs away.
oh, little helping hand.
Oh,
No. What
Richard.
a shame. He's just waiting for him.
Yeah, Richard doing the right thing to redress. That's no one wants to do anything like that.
No.
That's unfortunate for those boys, and that explains what happens on the last lap. All right, so with that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this onto Mr. Matty Van der Gram, and I'm going to make this go super slow, and I'm going to bring Mr. Matty Van der Gram into the commentary box. Matty, you didn't get much airtime because you were 5 seconds out in front pretty much the whole race. Were you lonely?
There's nothing like being lonely. It's the best feeling. It's like playing golf and hitting, fairways and greens all day. Boring, but it's bloody wonderful.
I nicknamed you Peter Perfect tonight, mate, because I don't think you put a tyre wrong. You had me worried on that first stop. You went that little bit extra, but you picked up a couple of seconds in that pit stop, which would have given you that buffer, which was awesome.
It was really handy to have that little gap coming out after the pit stop, because after 17 laps, my tyres were ruined. I'm thinking, how's this going to go for 23? So I could just sort of, not that I wasn't pushing or trying hard, because I know Stewie's quick and Jeff Thomas and Ray Smith's flying these days.
Yep.
But I could just give it that, didn't have to push ridiculously hard to give the tyres that little bit of rest so I wasn't stressing too much in the last couple of laps.
So speaking of stressing the tyres, what are your thoughts on what this crazy committee is doing later this week with restricting the tyre sets? Not to put you on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Did you know that Vanderkran's a Swiss name?
Is it?
No.
He's avoiding the question.
Are you saying you're the Swiss Army knife of tyre saving? Is that what you're saying? Or you're trying to be neutral?
You're neutral, mate. No, look, each of their own, mate. No, I love it. I don't mind mixing it up a bit. Look, we just did 40 laps then with with two sets of tyres, so it obviously can be done. Why not try something different? So yeah, cool. Bring it on.
All right, cool. All right, Matty, thanks again. We'll see you back next week.
Awesome race, mate. Awesome race. Textbook.
And I would say how you are for the championship, but I have no idea because I couldn't run the data. I was too busy getting software running. But
he was winning as of last night.
Oh no, he's probably still winning already. All right, Matty, thanks for popping in, and we'll see you on the broadcast on Thursday.
Yeah, good on you, boys. Appreciate the broadcast. Good on you.
No problem.
No worries, mate.
See you, Matty. Bye.
Bye.
So, Jeff, the bottom step of the podium, but still up there. How did you find that race?
Very sweaty. That was what I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty intense there, that last 10, mate.
Yeah, it was like I didn't have any tyres left, didn't have enough fuel, so it was all sort of going on for a bit. But managed to find a bit of rhythm there again, and I think Ray just made a little error there down at the hairpin, so just took advantage of that, really.
I did notice in practice you were pretty slick, pretty quick, and then I think qualifying, I don't think you would have got the qualifying position that you were hoping for.
Negative, yeah. No, a couple of 1Xs on my first two laps. Was on for a pretty good one on one of those, but had to sort of just put a banker in the end, so it wasn't where I would like to have started. No.
Yeah, because I had you pegged as like a top 4, but jumped 6 spots, so you done well, mate. Yeah.
Look, it's all good practice, so good for Thursday practice. So loving it.
Yeah, just Christian followed you up through there, and like you said, Ray being our premier split 3 driver.
Yeah, I've heard my teammate Wade go, yeah, I don't even count him as split 3,
Yeah.
But no, he's going well.
How did Wade go? He finished 12th, so still good effort for Wade.
Yeah, I think he's slowly getting back in the rhythm of the V8. He has been out of it for a while.
So Jeff, how did you find the tyres over that length?
Not too bad. Was getting a bit of push in the front where that's what I was sort of noticing, and obviously the rears you just had to sort of not overheat them. Occasionally, just let them come back to you a little bit, but. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting because I hadn't done a long run, so it was all new territory for me.
So, what are you thinking? Looking forward to Thursday with only those 2 tyre sets available.
Should be interesting, eh? I think you're going to have to look after them.
Oh yeah, I mean
we've got just rears either.
Yeah, we've got the tools to look after them with the brake bias and now with the engine mapping too, haven't we?
For sure.
Yeah.
No, it'll definitely mix it up. I'm looking forward to it.
Right, Jeff, anyone you'd like to thank before you run away?
You guys putting on the stream. It's always a bit of good fun to watch back. Obviously all the organising, and special thanks to Wade. He does all our paints. Wade Reynolds did a nice Anzac Day one, so that was nice.
Yeah, and I'm failing miserably to get a good shot of it while we're talking. There we go. Managed to get at least the chase through from the front. All right, Jeff, we'll let you run. We'll bring this out. Thanks for stopping in to say good day.
Yeah,
No
great
worries.
recovery tonight, mate. That was awesome.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Bruce.
No
Catch
worries.
us later.
Hey, Ed, how nice are the seats in the Split One commentary booth, mate? They're fucking, it's leather. We don't get this now.
No,
Back
not
in Split 4.
Split 4, and back in the days when we used to do Split 3 with Johnny,
And he's run away. Okay. All right, cool. All right, boys. We're going to call it, and we're going to send you on your way. You can catch all of its action live on SimSpeed or on the V8 Vets here on the V8 Vets channel. And with that, I'm going to say thank you to my co-commentator, Edward Cullen, and we'll be back again next week for round 5, so the penultimate round of the Vets Over 50s Championship. Thanks, Ed.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Okay, catch you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.